Okay. Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to Talk Your Talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, man. Tune in, man. We got Giants talk going on today. If you go on in the comments, man, I want some live talkers. So don't be scared to tune in, man, and go ahead and debate your boy Big Pat. But welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk. Talk your talk with me. We're gonna go over some subjects today. As you can see, I'm a Giants fan, so let's get it in, man. Wait for some people to come into the chat. Thank you to the one viewer. Leave your name in the comments, man, and leave your question if you want me to answer your questions about sports, about the NFL. Thank you for tuning in. And here's a link to the StreamYard if you want to call in. But how y'all doing out there today, man? There's been a lot of talk about. I'm gonna start off with my Giants, man. About re-signing Leo, re-signing Dalvin Tomlinson. Benny, what's good, man? What's up, Yash? Thank you for tuning in, man. Talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. If you got any questions, man, put them in the chat, man, and I'll answer them for you. Or if you want to come in live and chat with me, just click on the link, man. What's going on, Benny? What's going on, Yash? What up, new subscriber? Thank you for the support, bro. But it's been a lot of talk, man. Like, what we gonna do if we don't resign Leonard Williams or Dalvin Tomlinson for our defensive line with the New York Giants? What I'll say is we'll be in big trouble. Who do we replace him with? I'm not a fan of Lawson from the Bengals. I'm not a fan of going out trying to get a J.J. Watt, because we would try to get a J.J. Watt. We should just re-sign Leonard Williams. Yeah, Benny, I want them both back as well. But what happens if we don't sign them back? Where does our defense go if we don't sign them back? We should focus on building through the draft and not free agency. The way we can go with the draft is, say, if we sign Leo and Dalvin, if we sign them both, that means we won't have the cap room, to sign those playmakers that David Gettleman wants. So the best we can go is someone like a Tyrell Williams, who was just released by the Raiders today. I'm gonna do a video on him, man. He's a very good receiver if he stays healthy. Maybe a Curtis Samuel. Maybe you'll be able to fit a Curtis Samuel in there. No, I do not want pay at 11. And speaking of 11, if we don't sign Leo and Dalvin, don't be surprised if we do go Kwity Paye at 11. Shout out to Yash with the comment. He says, I want Dalvin back. Here's why. Dalvin has been consistent his whole career, and he's loyal. Leonard has only had one good season, and he's chasing the bag. I've said that plenty of times. What's going on, Joseph? I've said that plenty of times. Dalvin is the most consistent defensive lineman we have. I think Dalvin Tomlinson opens up a lot of things for us, even for Leo. Without Dalvin Tomlinson, Leo doesn't get most of those sacks that he got. Here's why I want Dalvin. He's not going to cost us an arm and a leg. And he's just consistent, man. I'm kind of scared to give Leonard Williams $20 to $22 million, and then he turns back into no-sack Leonard Williams. I love Leo. Don't get it twisted, Giants fans. I love Leo. He had an amazing season last year. But I haven't seen the consistency throughout his career to justify giving him $20 million. I just can't justify that, man. But good question, Yash. I can't justify giving that man $20 to $22 million a year, man. It's just I can't fathom giving him that much money for one season. You know who that reminds me of? Albert Hainsworth. Remember when he was with the Titans and he got his money from the Redskins? That's what that reminds me of. Not saying that he's an Albert Hainsworth. He has a way better work ethic than the Albert Hainsworth, but I can't break the bank for somebody who just produced 1 year. Man, I'm doing good, Joseph. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for the support, bro. You always support, man. One of the greats, Joseph. Look him up. But I don't know, Giants fans, but we're in a rock and a hard place with that, man. Because it's on one side, if you don't sign Leo Williams, who replaces him? Do we have someone on the roster that can replace him? I could throw out some names, but I don't think it happens. McIntosh, if he's still on the team, maybe Carter Coughlin, maybe Cam Brown. I mean, who? See, and Yash says BJ Hill. He says BJ Hill, but BJ Hill is another defensive tackle. Does he have the skill to get to the quarterback like Leonard Williams did? Even though I think most of his stuff came from Dalvin Tomlinson. If Dalvin Tomlinson opens that hole, does he have the skill to get to the quarterback? Does he have the speed? Does he have the moves to get to the quarterback? I would say this: BJ Hill will still keep our running game. Our run defense legit. But the pass rush, where do we get our pass rush from? I know we're getting Lorenzo Carter back. I don't have faith in Zimenez. We can't bring Fackrell back at $5 million a year, not for a backup. We don't have the cap room to do that. Does Carter Coughlin step up and be that number 2 pass rusher? Cam Brown, does he step up? We have a lot of questions at pass rush, people. Believe it or not, our defense, man, played excellent last year. Excellent. Far exceeded expectations. But our pass rush is still suspect, people. And if we lose Leo, hate to say it, we lose a lot of that pass rush. And then, man, yeah, Yash, I've called it out too. I've called it out too. That Lorenzo Carter should have a breakout season, because I think he was gonna have one last year if he didn't get hurt. Benny says if we lose one of them, most likely we will get another player for the defense. Hey, Benny, let me know who that player you think that we will get. Who's that player that you think we will get to replace Leo if we lose Leo? And you're saying you wouldn't mind losing Tomlinson and moving Lawrence to the defensive tackle and BJ Hill to start? I will say this: that will be a formidable defensive line, but it's not as good as with Tomlinson, Leo, and Sexy Dexy. Jalen Twyman, I have to do some more research on Jalen, man. Let me see. I could do that right now, Jalen. Because I want to make sure I'm talking about the right guy. Oh yeah. That's the guy from Pittsburgh. That's the guy from the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh, that one that replaced Aaron Donald. I was going to do a video. He's going to be one of my hidden gems. I wouldn't mind signing him if we did lose Leo or Tomlinson, because I believe he has the potential to replace them. I forgot about that guy. Thank you, Joseph. Yash. Look, I want both back, but if we lose Tomlinson, we're probably getting a second cornerback, which will still help our defense get pressure. That's a good take on that, Benny. If we do lose Tomlinson, I do see them spending that money on like a William Jackson, maybe even a Patrick Peterson if he's only asking for about $8 to $10 million. I do see that happening. But I'm gonna say this, Giants fans, don't be surprised if we don't make a big splash of free agency. I'm just gonna let you know that now. Yeah, Yash. I'm glad you brought that dude up, Yash. Joseph says Dalvin greater than Leo. Hey, I will say this. I believe he's a more important piece than Leo. I will tell you that. Because without Dalvin, we don't get half of any of the pressure that we got this year without Dalvin. But as far as the cornerback goes, I will say if we do lose Tomlinson, I would spend that money on a second corner because we're going to have to use draft capital now to replenish our defensive line. So, yeah. Benny all in the chat. He says, yeah, get them in and judge like building through the draft. Yes, they do. And that's a great thing. I like teams that build through the draft because you're always going to have cap room because you're only going to be paying your draft pick so much. Going out and just going and getting free agent after free agent after free agent. Look at the Eagles. They do it every year. Now they're in cap hell. Yash says a lot of people saying Patrick Peterson for cornerback, but I just don't get why. I get it because Patrick Peterson can play that bump and run that Patrick Graham usually that ran in with the Dolphins. And Patrick Peterson as your second corner is a great option. Now, we'll say this. It depends on if he's healthy, and it depends on how much of a step he's lost. But Patrick Peterson, I can't give him more than $10 million a year. I cannot give him more than $10 million a year, Yash. So I get your questions right there. Eagles suck. They deserve to be in the XFL. Hey, look, man. The Eagles went on one magic carpet ride, and that's it, man. After Frank Reich left, you saw what happened to the Eagles. Frank Reich was the Eagles. And why do you think Carson Wentz wanted to go to the coach so bad? He's going back to his coach. He's going back to Frank Reich and get back right. I believe Carson Wentz has a bounce back year. I really do with the Colts. That was the perfect spot for Carson Wentz, man. Real talk. I don't know why. I don't know. Peterson is kind of old for our timeline. Yeah, Peterson's going to be around about 32, maybe 33, I believe. It just depends if we're actually in a win now mode. Is Gettleman going to be pressured to win now? I will say this. If we don't make the playoffs next year, I do believe Gettleman will be replaced. I do believe that. And, yeah, Peterson is kind of on the older side, so I can see why people wouldn't want Patrick Peterson. But I will tell you this, Patrick Peterson and James Bradbury at the corners, woo, I don't know. If Patrick Peterson has anything left in the tank, that would be a good thing. I'm just saying. Yeah, but isn't Logan Ryan going to be playing cornerback? Logan Ryan is going to be playing all over the field. He's that type of player. He's going to be playing free safety. He's going to be playing slot corner, sometimes outside corner, sometimes money backer. Because we have that ability to have three people on the field. You remember, we got Peppers, Ryan, and Xavier McKinney is going to be playing all next year. So we're going to be moving Logan Ryan over the field like a chess piece. So, yeah, he can play outside corner a little bit next year. I guarantee you'll see him. Benny says, I guarantee the Eagles will suck for the next few years. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Unless they have an incredible draft, or if Jalen Hurts turns out to be the player that I think he can be. If Jalen Hurts turns out to be a stud, they won't suck as bad as you think. They won't suck as bad as you think if Jalen Hurts plays well. But they'll still be worse than us. I think we beat them twice next year. I think we beat the Redskins twice next year, and I think we beat the Cowboys twice next year. At the very least, I believe we go 5-1 in that division because I believe the Cowboys might be able to get us one time. But there's no reason why we shouldn't go 6-0 in our division next year. We're the best team in the division, and if we get some playmakers, that makes it even better for us. Joseph says, I like the idea of Peterson. The leadership is there. Yes, it'll be another leader on our defense. I will say this about Patrick Peterson. He is a leader, and he just brings that dog to the defense, man. If he has anything left in the tank, man, that would be an upgrade over any corner that we could put over there. Now, I've heard some reports that Darnay Holmes might try to be outside next year. We'll wait and see. But that would be great for us, man. Patrick Peterson, I wouldn't mind that signing as long as it's less than $10 million. If it's over $10 million, no, I don't want him. Joseph, I can't wait for our stud safety 29. I can't wait to see him either, Joe. He played very well last year in the short amount of time that he played very well last year. And I think this dude is a stud, man. The plays that he made, he's very smart. He knows the game. You don't have to teach him the game. He knows it. And yeah, he is our weapon X, Joseph. He is our weapon X. That's going to determine how great our defensive corners and our safeties are going to be too. If he plays like a stud, man, him, Logan Ryan, Peppers, Bradbury, whoever we have at the second corner, that's what's up. I definitely can't wait to see that guy play. Shout out to Benny, man. He just hit 80 subs, man. That's great, bro. Keep it going, man. Love little Benny, man. If you want to come on the channel, man, just click on the link in the beginning and I'll get you on the channel, man. We could chop it up. Peppers played amazing last year. Our safeties are going to be stacked. Yes, our safeties we're going to be 3 strong at safety. 3 strong. 3 quality starters at safety. And that's why I would say that Peppers and Logan Ryan, they're going to be all over the field next year. All over the field. I can't wait to see our defensive backfield, man. I promise you, man. Our defense is going to be a sight to see next year. I promise you that. I see a lot of flying around on the field. I see a lot of turnovers. Because Darnay Holmes is a dog too. Then you got Bradbury locking down one side. Hey, the link is at the top of the comments, Benny. Right there. Is at the top of the comments. But man, congratulations on making 80 subscribers, bro, man. I tell people, man, this is not easy, man. It's not easy to get in front of people to talk, you know. But it's easy for us because we just love sports. You see, that's what we do. We rock the mic, man. We just got a scary defense. Yes, we do have a scary defense. We signed Tomlinson back. Say if we get Tomlinson, Leo back, that means we got Leo, Tomlinson, Sexy Dexy, Lorenzo Carter, Zimenez, Tay Crowder. What's my boy 54? I always forget his name, man. I always forget his name. Yeah, I'm going to post it. Hold on. Blake Martinez. Then we're going to have either Logan Ryan or Darnay Holmes in a slot. Peppers, Xavier McKinney, Bradbury. Man, we have a chance. We have a chance to be a top 5 defense next year. I'm calling it now. We have a chance to be a top 5 defense next year. That roster of players that we just named is only going to get better. It's only going to get better. That roster of defense that I just named is only going to get better. Yes, Saquon coming back. OMG, we're going to be legit. Yeah. Saquon comes back, man. Just stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have a heck of a year. All right, we got Yash with another question. What basketball team you a fan of? I'm a fan of the Chicago Bulls. I'm originally from Chicago, and I'm a fan of the Dallas Mavericks. Neither one of my teams are doing too good, but Zach LaVine was an all-star. And you know, Dallas, we got Luka. So, Hey, we got something to cheer about. But hey, if you want to call into the show, just hit the link here and I could bring you in. You said the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, man. I remember when Jimmy Butler was on the Bulls, man. He turned out to be way better than I actually thought, man. Okay, we got our first caller, man. First caller to Big Pat Sports Talk. Talk your talk with Big Pat.
Yo, how's it going, man?
Yo, what's good?
Yeah.
Benny, what's
Not
good,
much,
man?
man. Just hit 80 subscribers, so I was
Yeah,
excited.
man, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, I recently I've gotten a lot more subscribers. I don't know why, because I've been going on the call-ins and stuff all the time, but just happened to be the past week or two. Yeah, it's really came
All
on.
right. So, first of all, man, just let them know who you are and let them know your channel. And if you can,
Uh,
put your link to the channel in the chat, man, so everybody can sub to you.
I don't have a mod. I'm pretty sure, so I think you gotta have that to put the link. But, yeah, I have a channel called Football Talk with Benny. I just talk NFL and Giants. Although I'm gonna try to get some more Giants content out. Right now, it's really only NFL. But once there's like big Giants news and the free agency and the draft come and stuff, I'll have only Giants videos out and stuff like that also. So yeah, just doing kind of both that type of stuff.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Love Benny, man. One of my favorite YouTubers. And I just think so, man. What's your question, man? What you want to ask with me, man? Let's debate, bro.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I didn't realize it was gonna come in this, so I was like, didn't never prepared any questions or anything. But what do you think about? Let me think. So we were talking about the whole Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson thing earlier. So if we do lose Dalvin Tomlinson, is there like anybody in free agency you think we could replace him with? That's maybe a lower tier free agent that could cost maybe somewhere in the 4 to like 6 million range or something, or 8 million. I don't know exactly how much it would cost. Do you know anybody there that would be like maybe if we lost Alvin Tomlinson because we just couldn't pay that high of money? I'm trying to think.
I don't think we go free agency if we lose Dalvin Tomlinson. I believe they just bring up BJ Hill to replace Dalvin. Because if we lose Tomlinson, that means we're signing Leo, hands down.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we have to keep at least one of them. And I will say BJ Hill, even though he's not Dalvin Tomlinson by a long shot, he's still a decent player.
Yeah. I think I really do think we're gonna get both back though. I really think they're gonna make a way. I don't think I don't think they're gonna really focus too much on the free agents. I think Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman are guys that like to build through the draft. They're not big like spenders and stuff. I think they like that like mid-tier free agent, like kind of what we got last year. Although I guess you could say Brad Berry ended up being kind of a big spend, but it was well worth it. And I don't think they go always for the biggest names. So I don't think we're gonna get Robinson or Galladay through free agency and maybe through a trade. Probably not. In the first place, they weren't going to come here, honestly. So I think, honestly, we're going to, Dave Gettleman loves the Hog Mollies. Joe Judge obviously likes them all. So I think we're going to get both of them back. And I think they're just going to look towards placing weapons around Daniel Jones in the draft and getting, say, maybe another second cornerback. I think if you get those two and you make some other type of moves, you can still get maybe a second cornerback, or you can get like a mid-tier free agent receiver, stuff like that. So yeah, exactly. Galladay's gonna get tagged. I don't know who thinks the Lions are just gonna let him, their stud receiver just walk when he's young like that. Like why would they leave him like that? I don't see it.
Yeah.
And Robinson's probably gonna get tagged. I think. But if he isn't, he's not even coming here anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah.
Yeah. Far as the offseason goes, I don't think we get neither one of the top tier receivers. I don't even think we're going to get any of the second tier receivers because I believe we're going to put in all our money trying to resign Leo and Dalvin, which I don't mind because we can get a receiver in the draft that will be. I'm not going to say they're going to be just as good as Galladay or Robinson, but they will be serviceable. And that actually opens up a lot with Saquon coming back. So I don't think we need to spend $20 to $22 million on a receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of not also getting. I'm a big fan either going like, look, if there's a top receiver out there, maybe you would get them. But I'm not a big fan of getting those mid tiers because the reason why is because those guys are built as mid tiers. Those players are great. Don't get me wrong. They're built for teams like the Packers that need a second receiver. We already got the second receiver, so it makes no sense. So I see people saying, look, I don't mind double dipping, like in the draft or something like that. Like where it's say you're getting, I don't know, Devontae Smith in the first round, and then you end up getting, what's his name, Tamorrion Terry in like the fourth round or third round. I don't know where he will be exactly, but like I don't mind that. But I don't want to waste, or not really a waste, but because they're going to be good players. But I don't want to spend our money on a player like that when could be going for a different position. Because if you think about it, if you people want to sign, say, Corey Davis, and that's going to cost a lot of money, more than people
do
think.
not want Corey Davis, but go ahead.
But yeah, exactly. So we're going to have him, then we're going to have Slayton. Then we're gonna have Shepard, and people also want to get because we still don't have that first receiver in my opinion. So then you got to look towards the draft, and somebody's going to want, okay, let's get Devontae Smith. That's 4 receivers there, and it's okay to have depth at receiver, and that's why I'm fine with double dipping in the draft. But I don't want to get somebody that's going to be expensive just that's a mid-tier free agent because that's what we got. Like, it's no point in getting another one. It's the whole point. Like, I don't want to get, what's his name, the dude from the Panthers, because it's basically just getting another Sterling Shepard, honestly, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, honest. Now, with Curtis Samuel, I wouldn't mind Curtis Samuel because he could do more things. He could spell Saquon Barkley in the backfield.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
I believe he's just a weapon.
Yeah.
Now, somebody like a Corey Davis, I don't want a receiver if we can't sign someone like Samuel or Robinson or Galladay, and I don't see us signing any one of them.
Yeah.
Because I believe they're gonna put their sources into the defense in the offseason, and I believe they're gonna draft playmakers in the draft.
Yeah.
And Rashad Bateman, I keep telling people, Rashad Bateman might be the best receiver we can get if we can't get Jamar Chase. Yeah. I'm just saying that now. Rashad Bateman will be our automatically number 1 receiver coming out. And I really, 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 really want them to take a hard look at Tamorrion Terry, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I did my film on that guy. I believe that guy's going to be a star next year. I believe that guy's going to be a star in the league, man.
Yeah, and what's the Panthers receiver? I don't know why I'm blanking out his name right now.
Curtis Samuel?
Samuel, yeah. Look, I wouldn't mind him, but I would do it only for the right price. If I'm not giving him $8 million, or maybe $8 million. I would probably
I believe that's what his market is.
See, that's what his market is.
8 to 10 million.
I wouldn't give $10 million. I'm not giving $10 million.
Yeah, I'd rather get that $10 million to Tomlinson.
Yeah,
I'll just be honest with you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd rather give Tomlinson the $10 million and double dipping because this is a pretty good receiver class. Yeah, like you said, there's guys like Tamorrion Terry that we can get later in the draft.
You got Tyler Wallace, you got Ronaldo Moore.
Yeah,
and you got plenty of people out there that you can draft, man. There's a guy, Josh Adams from Arkansas State, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. I think this draft could actually put out 10 good receivers at least.
Yeah, and we saw with this past draft, there's been a lot of good receivers from that. So that's why I don't want to overpay some mid-tier free agent receiver when we already got some. I think we already got 2 mid-tier not free agent receivers. Sorry.
Yeah. But I will say this: the only way I would know if they're trying to get a receiver is they release Zeitler. If they release Zeitler, then they're trying to get somebody in the receiver realm, or they're trying to sign Tomlinson's asking for more money than we think. Then they're going to release Zeitler to resign Leo and Dalvin Tomlinson. But Leo's going to be back.
Yeah. I think they're gonna
what's good, bro?
Yeah,
thank you for tuning in, man. But I just don't see the Giants making big splashes in the free agency, man.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't think it's gonna happen, especially with the way the caps they're already. I don't think we're big fans of making big splashes with the way the cap is right now. I don't see them doing, and I don't think we really need to. I think we're still a year or 2 away from making those big splashes. Because I want to save money for those times when we're already in the playoffs and we need that, last kind of piece. But.
What I think the plan is, I think they believe they have a roster good enough to make the playoffs this coming year, which I do believe. If we could get Daniel Jones, the number 1 receiver, and keep Saquon Barkley healthy, I believe our offense will be nowhere near as bad as it was this past year. And our defense is going to be the same. Patrick Graham's going to work his magic. and we're going to be good. Like I said, 17 games. I do believe we can win at least 10 and get into that playoff spot. And then, the next year, that's when our cap room is going to skyrocket. And so we'll be able to sign those players that we believe, like if we believe we're one player away or two players away. So I believe the Giants are going to just play it down this offseason.
Yeah.
And I believe we'll make the playoffs, man. I believe we sweep our division, to be honest with you. I don't see any one of those teams beating us, man. I just don't.
That's a bold statement. But I think here's the thing. I'm not saying we should do this exactly, but I think if we have them, I think we can create the money to get Tomlinson and Williams back. So I think if we get those guys back, the defensive players back and all, and we have a good enough draft that gets us that first, receiver and gets us, so just continue to help on some of the positions. I do think we're a playoff team. I really think we can be a playoff team.
Yeah. We were a playoff team. We were a playoff team last year.
Yeah, we just had a horrible start because also because of the fact that there was no preseason stuff, so a lot of our guys hadn't played. Obviously, the rookie head coach, So
Joseph says, "What year we going to the Super Bowl?" I would say Joe Judge's third year after free agency next year, when we have the money to spend on players and we find out exactly what we need. And if Daniel Jones progresses and if Saquon Barkley progresses as far as his injury history, I would say Joe Judge's third year, we can start thinking Super Bowl.
I think this year we shouldn't be thinking that yet. I think the year after that and the next couple of years, I think those should be our golden spot. That's when we're trying to really push it and get that Super Bowl. So, yeah, I think that's probably the time.
This year, we should be focused on building on what we did good this past year.
Building up. Just keep on building on top of what we already got.
If you're thinking Super Bowl now, you need to tone it down just a little bit, Joe. We're not going to get to the Super Bowl. I ain't going to say never because you never know what happens. You know what we do when we get in the playoffs. So who knows?
Yeah. I think I think we just got to keep on building on top of what we already have because we built something. And we were way better last year. Our record didn't exactly show it always. But we were way better last year just than other years in the past. And it looks like so far that we have a lot easier of a schedule this year, which will be good because I feel like a bunch of the past years, at least it felt like it when we had it, it's been hard. Although looking back on it, some of those years were ridiculous. Last year was so hard. I can't believe we played that many good teams. It was insane.
Joseph says, I want to go over 500 here. That's a lot. We're going to be over 500 this year.
We definitely have to be over 500.
If we don't go over 500 this year coming up, Daniel Jones' job is in jeopardy. They're going to fire Gettleman, and there's a lot of people.
Gettleman and Jones are gone, most likely, if they're not above 500 this year.
Right. Hey, Benny, speaking of the coming NFL draft, bro, we're at number 11. Who are some of the people that you do not want us to draft at 11?
Okay,
if we drafted somebody at 11, you'll make a video like the bag dog.
Okay, first of all, let's think. First of all, I don't really want Kwity Paye at 11.
Okay.
Because he doesn't fit our scheme. Definitely Gregory Rousseau. I don't want him.
If we sign him, I'm getting off YouTube.
That's gonna be a bad video for me if if that happens. I'm trying to think exactly what I say. I would prefer. I'm not gonna be screaming if this happens. But I would prefer not to get an edge rusher at 11. I don't think it's our biggest need. Unless the board falls a certain way, there is a situation where it does make sense. I don't really want Kyle Pitts. Once again, I won't be mad because I feel like if we take him, it does mean they have. I trust Judge, and I think he'll have a plan for it, but it won't be my favorite pick. If there's as for trading down, if Trey Lance falls there, something like that, I would hope we would trade down and try to get. And if the top 3 receivers aren't there and Trey Lance falls to us or Mac Jones, I don't know how Mac Jones' stock will be then, but and it looks like teams want to trade up. I will be mad if we don't trade down and try to get a receiver. I'm trying to think some other stuff. Those would be the main mad things. If we take a defensive tackle, I would be screaming.
Oh man.
I don't want to tackle. I don't want to tackle in the first round. I don't care. I don't want to tackle in the first round or second round, honestly. Third round, maybe, if it a guy like Eichenberg falls to us, who's great. But those are the main things I would probably be upset about. It's besides from the easy stuff, obviously, like guard and stuff like that. We obviously shouldn't take a guard, in my opinion, in the first round at least. But yeah, I think those are the probably ones. Like I said, I don't want Kyle Pitts with the 11th pick, but I'm not going to be mad because the reason why is because I to build up a trust for Joe Judge, and I know like if we're taking him, I have a feeling he's going to have a plan. He's going to know what to do.
Okay, what you think about this? Now, some players that you name the exact players I wouldn't want. If we go Russo, oh my God,
that would be so bad.
the
And there's
draft
so
is
many
automatically F.
How are there so many mock drafts having us taking him? Like it's like they want it to happen to us.
They like want us to take this guy.
They like want us to take these like guys. Like, well, what are you doing?
I don't understand. If you watch film on the guy, he's not explosive at all, man. I don't see how this guy is ranked so high.
Yeah, it's like
with Espinoza the year before. Like I didn't see how they had those guys ranked so high.
Yeah, and it's like last year when I saw PFF have us take Henry Ruggs in their mock draft. It was just so like, why are we not going tackle or not Michael Parsons of why am I blanking on his name again? The linebacker that Isaiah Simmons. There we go. Why would we not be taking tackle or Isaiah Simmons? Like it just makes no sense that last year when PFF had us doing that. Like, and Henry Ruggs wasn't even my favorite receiver in the draft, so it's like.
Oh yeah, I don't understand that. The Hub says if Gregory Rousseau is taken, put the blame on the coaching staff as well. People love to blame Getty alone. I do agree with that statement.
No, I agree.
Because the coaching staff, we all know Joe Judge has a lot of say that goes on with roster decisions now. So yes, I have to put the blame on the whole coaching staff.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, that's the same thing with like free agent stuff. Yeah, sometimes people will be upset about like people were upset at the Blake Martinez thing maybe last year. They'd be like, Dave Gettleman's horrible, but like Joe Judge, I guess he probably has more power now, but he also had power in that. You know, I think it'll be the same thing with this year if we make some type of stupid decision. Like, it's not just Dave Gettleman. There's way more people up, in the office making these decisions. And I think at this point.
Don't think Mayer doesn't have any decision in that too.
Yeah, I think at this point, honestly, I think Gettleman and Judge probably have the same sort of power. Even I don't think Gettleman's much above Judge if he is. Honestly, I think it's pretty shared. But I think they agree on a lot of stuff, so I don't think it really matters. Actually.
Okay. I will say this too. Well, let's get to the question here. Joseph says, "Imagine if Devontae, Waddle, Pitts, or Chase is on the board and we take Gregory Rousseau.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Giants fans will go absolutely ape."
I remember that night when we took Daniel Jones and Dexter Lawrence. Like, I like Dexter Lawrence, but come on, he plays end technically for us, but like a nose tackle, then like.
I mean, but actually,
he's important though. I like him in the end run though. But then, would you rather have what's his name, Montez Sweat instead of him now?
No.
Who would you take? You would take Lawrence. Wow.
You would take Dexter.
Yeah, I like Lawrence.
Yeah, but, I think Sweat wasn't doing anything till Chase Young got there.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you make a point. No, I think like I remember that night and I thought it was gonna be Haskins, honestly, and then they're like Daniel Jones, and I'm like, this dude is the one guy that every single fan I saw on the entire internet didn't like. I don't see like anybody liking this dude. How did we end up taking him? And I just remember seeing all the big and him just walking up awkwardly. But then I remember being very happy. That was like the first draft I watched when we took Barkley. That one I was really happy with.
I definitely, when I do my draft show, I definitely want you on there, Benny, man. You got to come through.
Thanks, man. Yeah, but you mean like live on the draft?
Yeah, I'm doing a live.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. I hope we get to do that. Hopefully we can get some people together to do that because that was fun.
Joseph says, I like Haskins before, but now, nah, yeah.
Honestly,
I didn't like Haskins when he came out.
Honestly, especially right when I saw him, with the whole like thing on that draft night when I saw him like staring at his phone and just like, kind of like giving that look and all, I could tell right there that the dude didn't have the personality to be like a true NFL quarterback.
Right.
So right there, I'm like, this guy has some character problems and I don't think it's really been talked about, but this guy, he doesn't have the courage to be an NFL quarterback.
Exactly.
And the leadership clearly. Like, he was just looking at his phone, sitting there. Supposedly he was charging like money to come to his party and stuff. It's just, a lot of the stuff. But
That's a lot of that's what comes with actually being able to judge talent as well, and I believe our coaches do that. Look, I look at players' interviews to see how they talk. I look at their body language. I need
yeah,
to feel I need to feel that you're going to be a player for this team.
no,
If
that's
I can't
definitely
feel
true.
it, I don't want to draft you.
Yeah, because it's so hard because, like, you don't get to obviously interview the players. So you got to pay so much attention to just that body language and all that stuff. Because, like, when
Mm-hmm.
I was watching that on draft night. But, yeah, but, I mean, luckily Jones is also good with, like, handling the media. And I think that's one of the main reasons they took him over Haskins, actually.
Yep.
They were saying that night, they're like, the one thing we've heard from them, a lot of people, is just he's very, mature. He's a lot like almost what Eli Manning was, where he can just kind of block out the hate and just do his thing and stuff. So hopefully DJ can be, great. But yeah, it's pretty hard to block out that much. I mean, it's pretty insane, and I don't think Haskins would have done that.
I believe DJ is our quarterback of the future, but I have to see what he does when we get him some weapons.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't believe he's got a fair shake since he's been in the league because he's never played with all his weapons. The few weapons that we do have, he never been able to play with them all together. And I believe it's just time for us to get him somebody that he can build with. That's what I want us to go through the draft to get a receiver. We have to take a receiver this first pick if we don't get one in free agency. And when I mean if we don't get one in free agent, if we don't get one of those top tier, Allen Robinson and Galladay, we have to go receiver first in the draft.
Oh yeah, and what was I gonna say? I just had it in my mind and it blocked out. But yeah, we got to get receiver though. And oh yeah, DJ. Like, how many games? I wonder if they could find the statistic. But how many games has he played with his starting running back there, which obviously is Saquon Barkley, and his starting top 3 receivers there? I don't know if he's and Evan Ingram. Or well, that's not really a good thing, but
One.
Like
game.
how many games has he played with all 5 of those guys like actually playing healthy? Like I don't know. It might even be 1 or 2 maybe.
Yeah, it was one game and it was only for a half.
And those are already like not that great weapons. So the fact yeah, Saquon's a good weapon, but the other guys aren't that good. I mean, I like Slayton and I like some of the receivers, but I'm not going to get too into that. But those aren't even that great weapons. Obviously, we don't have the receiver one. So the fact that he hasn't even played a full game, like really a full game with those guys, is just like insane. So you can't. I don't like making excuses, but then he also hasn't really played with a good offensive line. He's played a couple weeks with a good offensive line, but not that many.
Our offensive line should be pretty decent next year. It should be able to protect Jones where he could get it to his receivers. Yeah. Shout out to the hub. He had to leave, going out to have dinner. Shout out to the hub. Thank you for tuning in, bro. You're a legend, bro. But I have to see Daniel Jones have a legit weapon out there. Yeah. I have to see it.
And that's why I'm so big on getting that receiver, because I don't want to waste another year trying to figure out if Jones is good. I just want this to be the year where we're like, all right, you're in the second year Garrett system. You got the receivers there. You got the offensive line there. I just want it to be like, all right, it's your time to show if you're the quarterback of the future or not. And if you do well, then we'll have you there. And if you don't do good, then clearly you're not the guy, because we put everything around you.
Start looking for someone else. That's what I would do with Daniel Jones.
I do truly think he could be, if he does it right, he could be it, because there was points last year where he didn't get the credit he deserved. He was fitting some balls in really tight holes and stuff. No separation at all, and he was still playing pretty well. And even when the offensive line was playing bad and the receivers weren't getting any separation, he actually didn't do a bad job. And the fumbles started out bad, and he continued to get better at that. The turnovers, at one point, they were horrible. They got better throughout. There was a stretch, I remember, where he wasn't throwing turnovers at all. Then he had the injury and threw a couple turnovers and had some problems. But I really thought it's too bad he had that injury, because I thought he was really getting on the roll there. I wonder.
I thought he was too.
I honestly think if he didn't get injured, there's a good chance we make the playoffs, because he sticks on his roll, and we kind of just maybe not win every game out, but we win a lot of this.
I believe we could have beat the Browns.
Yeah, we could have beaten.
I believe we could have beat the Cardinals if he was healthy. When he played that game, he wasn't healthy.
Oh, definitely, we could have beaten them. And
And
Yeah.
like I said, if Evan Ingram catches the ball next year, if he
Oh yeah.
catches the
We make
ball
the
next
playoffs.
year,
That's
and we
playoffs.
get him a receiver that could create separation, only one on the receiver we have like that is Sterling Shepard. He can only do it in a minimum of the slot. If we could get Shepard to be in the slot where he belongs and stay
Yeah.
in the slot or move him around like a weapon, the weapon that he is, then I would say Daniel Jones doesn't have an excuse. And if Saquon Barkley stays healthy, that makes our offense that much better because now you can't just run cover one against us or just load up the box to stop the run. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for us next year, man. Real
And I
talk.
think, yeah, once we get the number one receiver, it will just boost everybody's play. Like, what's his name? It will boost Slayton's play and Shepard. And Shepard also doesn't get the amount of credit he deserves. He plays pretty well. He'll come up with some big catches. He'll get separation sometimes, like not great, but even when he's on the outside, which he really isn't an outside receiver. When he's in the slot, he's actually a pretty good player. And yeah, I think he's a pretty good player when he's in the slot. He comes up with big catches. He's a tough guy. He comes with big blocks and stuff. I really like Shepard actually, and I think he hasn't really gotten a chance since Odell was there to like really thrive at his spot. So yeah.
Yeah, I like Shepard a lot. His health history,
That's the problem. Yeah, the health
that's
history.
his problem as well. If we can just stay healthy on offense next year, because I believe our defense is going to be fine. Regardless of what we do on defense, I believe we're going to be fine. And like I said, free agency, they're going to make sure they bring back Leo and probably Tomlinson as well. So that's why I'm not expecting any type of huge splash on offense in the offseason. I believe they're going to the draft, and I believe he's going receiver that first pick. He has to.
Yeah.
He has to. There's nothing else in that draft in the first round that we should take other than receiver.
Yeah, I hope we get a receiver. I really do. I'm gonna be upset if we don't get a. I'm not gonna be like super mad, but I really am hoping that if we don't get those top three receivers, it's not the end of the world. Just calm down, trade down, and get your one of those other receivers from the first round because there are other good. It's also not just Bateman isn't the only good other first round receiver. There are other good first round receivers stuff. So you don't have to focus just on him. Trade down. I don't know if it's the Bears. If we trade down with the Bears, we could get some good amount of picks also.
Yeah, and we only dropped to 20.
Yeah, we only dropped to 20. Trade down, get that good receiver, and then we got picks from the rest. But I do think probably Waddle will be there. That's what I'm guessing. I really think Jalen Waddle's going to be there.
I will say this. Only other person that I will accept in the first round, if it's not a receiver, is Michael Parsons. That's the only other guy I would accept.
Yeah. So what do you think about Pitts then? Kyle Pitts.
Joseph said, how did I get that logo? Pat is nice. I actually made it. I actually made that logo, man.
Cool.
But you said what I think about Pitts. I would think Pitts would be a great pick if we didn't have Evan Ingram. And I believe Pitts is I think he's more of a weapon than Evan Ingram. I believe he's just a tad bit slower, but he's still gonna run in the 4.5.
But the truth is he can catch.
Yeah, he's bigger. He's bigger. He's more of a willing blocker, and he catches better and runs way better routes. Now, if we drafted him at 11, I'm not going to say it's the end of the world because, hey, look, that's a weapon.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see him and Evan Ingram on the field at the same time.
But if we do somehow get that first receiver, which I don't think it's going to happen, only if it's through a trade, say we, traded for that first round receiver, I actually maybe wouldn't mind getting Pitts. Or if we got somebody in free, the first receiver, in free agency, I might not actually mind getting Pitts because I would just trade Ingram at this point. I don't care for what, honestly. We can get a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick, 6th round pick, a 7th round pick. We could cut him, honestly. I think we actually save some money if you cut him.
If we cut him or trade him, we get $6 million back.
$6 million, yeah. So that's actually not bad even. Like that could make sense. Like if we do get a guy like Pitts, then right after you just like, all right, Bye Ingram. And yeah, I saw some trades before though. I do think there's situations where there are teams that could value him, not for a lot, but a 5th-round pick isn't nothing at the end of the day. So maybe we could trade him for a 5th-round pick or something. I mean, do you think people will give up a 5th-round pick? Maybe the Patriots or something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
quite sure. I'm quite sure we can get almost a 3rd-round pick for him.
I don't think
If a team that's in the playoffs and believe they are tight end away, I believe we could finesse a 3rd or 4th-round pick out
I think
of
we
them.
would get a 4th maybe. No, I don't. I doubt. I would love a 3rd. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we're gonna get it.
Joseph says sources say the Giants are in love with Pitts. They also say we're in love with Gregory Rousseau as well. So
yeah,
I have to see the source on that.
Although I do think that the Giants are gonna like Pitts. I just have this feeling they're gonna be really into him, which I'm not really happy about. But I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna like this. Just the Joe Judge is gonna like him. I think. Yeah, I think Dave Gettleman doesn't really believe in positional value as much. So
I don't believe he does either. He
I
believes in hog mollies.
Yeah,
he believes in hog mollies. But I will say this: if we pick somebody like a Rashawn Slater, I'm gonna go off.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't want Rashawn Slater.
I don't want him either.
I don't think like we got Pert in the 3rd round last year. Everybody says all of a sudden you didn't even give him a chance. Like, come on.
And when he played well. So
yeah, everybody was going crazy because he had like a 90 PFF grade, and now all of a sudden, people are like, oh yeah, we'll take a tackle because he's not starting worthy. Like, it's just
I don't see us taking a tackle.
They're like, well, he'll be our swing tackle in the future. It's like, great. Now we just drafted a 3rd-round swing tackle. Like, amazing, great job.
Yeah,
like, it's just. I'm a big fan. Look, I would rather get a guard. I think we should get guard depth. I don't think we should try to get a guard that early. I think we should focus on other positions.
I think we should get a guard like the 4th round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Depth, like 4th round, maybe 3rd round if there's some really good player there or something, and just somebody else isn't. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of going tackle early. Really,
but I will say this, Benny.
Yeah.
If we pick Pitts at number 11, I wouldn't be too mad because the tight end, is very, very important to Jason Garrett's offense. And if we had Pitts instead of Ingram last year, we might be 8-8. We might be 8-8 because not only does Ingram drop the ball, he causes turnovers. And he stops drives.
Yeah.
Those drops that he has stop drives, and that stops momentum for the whole game. Some of those games when he dropped the ball, it stopped the momentum of our drive from getting points, from putting points on the board. So I wouldn't mind if we draft Kyle Pitts. I know Evan Ingram's getting ready to get phased out.
Yeah, I think I would love. You know who I would love? Pat Freiermuth. I would love him in the 2nd round.
I would love Pat Freiermuth.
Yeah. I just really like him. I hope he makes it to there because that would be awesome.
I don't believe he falls to the 2nd round, especially with the 11th pick in the 2nd round. I don't think he falls that far. If he does fall to the 2nd round, somebody's going to pick him up within those first 10 picks.
Yeah, I mean, here's my ideal thing now. Get the defense back in free agency, really. And then in that 1st round, you get the Devontae Smith. I would love Jamar, but he's not going to get there. Then 2nd round, you get Freiermuth, and I guess I don't know. Then the next couple of rounds, you focus on defense and depth on offense. So, I would like that. Yeah.
My 3 rounds, I would love to see if Smith or somebody gets there, but if not, I'm taking Bateman. The 2nd round, if some miracle Freiermuth or Phillips falls there, I would take them. But I would get
Phillips. Yeah.
And it just depends on what we do in free agency. If we don't sign a DB in free agency, we have to go DB in the 2nd round. In the third round, we can get some lineman depth if you want to get some lineman depth. And that 4th round, man, I still believe that dude's still going to be there in the 4th round. Tamarian Terry, man.
Yeah, I think he will be. I want him.
I believe that dude is going to be dynamite in the NFL, man.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that much speed in a tall receiver since Randy Moss. Not saying that he's going to be a Randy Moss, but he could come damn near close, man, if he puts effort into his craft. And the things that they're saying about him, I got a video out now, man, that refutes that, man. It refutes everything they say.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love Tamori Terry, but here's one thing I don't want to do, honestly. I don't want to take an edge rusher with the 3rd or 4th round pick, and here's why. We got 2 3rd-round picks from edge rusher. We got 2 talented guys, 2 guys that are capable, in my opinion, of becoming good guys, edge rushers, at least decent. So if we're taking another 3rd-round one, I don't think it makes any sense. And look, if you want to take a 1st or 2nd-round one, that probably means they're going to be like a good player and an automatic like starter and stuff like that. Or if you want to get somebody in free agency, I wouldn't mind that. But 3rd and then if you want to get depth later in the draft, but 3rd round is where I'm staying away from edge rushers. I'm staying away. I don't want another 3rd rounder.
Yeah, I don't want another 3rd-round edge rusher as well.
It
If I'm gonna
makes
get
no
another
sense.
3rd-round edge rusher, I'm sticking with Carter and Zimenez.
Yeah, because we already got 2 guys that are talented. It's not like the guys we don't have are talented. There's no, everybody should look. There's people that aren't big fans of them. I'm not the biggest fan of Zimenez. I like Carter, bro. I'm not the biggest Zimenez guy. But there's no doubt the dude has like potential. Like there's a reason we took him in the 3rd round. A lot of people were really excited for him. I remember back. And a lot of people were excited for Carter also. And I thought Carter was going to have a breakout season, and he really was having a breakout season.
He was having a good season until he got hurt.
I remember thinking about it, and I was watching a video, and it's like, wow, you really think looking at it and stuff? Carter is playing great. He was playing really good.
He was flying over the field.
Yeah, and then they just, and then Zimenez, I don't know what to think about him at this point. I'm kind of disappointed.
Very disappointed in Zimenez. Not only does he not produce when he's in there, he stays hurt a lot. So
yeah, but I'm more upset about the fact that he's not producing. Like, look, come on, at least like give us some hope by producing and then just getting injured. You're not even doing anything when you're on the field. Like honestly, like it felt like almost at times like Cam Brown was doing more than him, and that's might be like Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin. Like I'm not saying they're better players, and they definitely have less potential in my opinion. But come on, Zimenez, like man, you're pretty good system. You're putting a pretty good scheme. There's not really many excuses. And you have a good defensive line that are taking on 2 blockers sometimes.
Right.
You got a good cornerback letting you get plenty of time. Safeties and corners giving you plenty of time to get over there, and you're still doing nothing. So I really think. I just hope he gets a step up, and I feel like that was what happened with Lorenzo Carter. Although I don't think he was in as good a situation. A lot of Giants fans were mad after that 2nd year because everybody was expecting him to break out, and then it didn't happen. And the 3rd year it started happening, and
yeah, because I believe this system fits Lorenzo Carter perfectly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and because he can drop back in coverage sometimes, he can do different stuff, different looks. He fits the system perfectly. I think that's why they like him a lot.
Like Zimenez was getting outplayed by Fackrell and Jabal Sheard. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's getting outplayed by everybody.
Right. So
everybody.
He's going to have to make a huge impression on me this year coming up if he is the starter. Because I don't believe he's going to be a starter.
Yeah, look, if he gets off, if he does another thing again, like say he starts, I don't know, first 5 or 6 games, and he doesn't do anything at all again, honestly, I'll start, if we get Fackrell back or somebody like that, or even Cam Brown, I might start them over him. I'm serious.
I wouldn't mind Carter Coughlin over him.
Yeah, I would start Carter Coughlin also. I think those guys actually, they played very good for their talent level. I like Cam Brown, actually. I like him too.
And he's a stud on special teams, so he's always going to have a spot.
That's something we need, though. We need some help on special teams because everybody's forgetting about it. Everybody was complaining, and then all of a sudden and after, nobody remembers about it because, well, it's special teams, but we need to get some people in there. You know what I was disappointed in? A lot of people made it sound like Nate Ebner would make a big impact on special teams. I don't remember him saying, and I don't remember hearing his name once on special teams.
Right. I don't remember.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, he's like him and Cody Core together. Those 2 are gonna be great. Well, Cody Core goes out with the ACL, and then you got what's his name? Does nothing. He doesn't do anything. Not one thing at all. And that was somebody that was supposed to be like an exciting signing.
Yeah,
that was disappointing. I was like, at the end of the year, randomly one day, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, wait, like, didn't we sign this dude? Like, I don't remember hearing his name once, except for that one play he started, and he blew a coverage or something like that.
Right.
Like, he played that 2 or 3 snaps, and he was horrible on those 2 or 3 snaps or something.
Yeah, I don't think we bring it back, Nate Ebner.
I don't want to.
I want Fackrell back, but I can't give him $5 to $8 million. I just can't do it.
Fackrell, $8 million? No way. I'm not giving him
No way.
8, 6, or 5. I'll give him $4 million though.
But he was producing when he was in there. I will say
and he had
that.
the pick 6. Yeah, he was pretty good. And he even right when he came back, actually, he was pretty in that last game. I think it was, or did he start earlier in the late end? Of the
I think he played in the Seahawks game, if I'm not mistaken.
he might have played in. Wait, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I think he I thought he played pretty well when he was in there. He had an unfortunate injury. I don't know what his injury history is like. I'm not sure about that.
I don't think that guy. I think that was one of his first injuries.
That's what I thought, right? I don't remember hearing about any injuries. So,
but if we can bring Fackrell back on a good contract, him and Lorenzo Carter would Leo Tomlinson and Dex in there, I believe they'll be just fine.
That's a fine. Yeah, fine duo actually. Yeah, I don't think the system we run needs a great edge rusher, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's people are talking about before the season that happened in the season. They build pass rush through scheme, and I think a lot of people were talking about how we're gonna use safeties to help us generate pass rush, and I think now that we have our guys, we have a lot of safeties. If you think about it,
we have 3 starting caliber safeties on this team.
He could be corner now, I guess, but he also can play safety. He's pretty decent, actually. I like Peppers. He's great. He can play in the box. I'm really excited if we get that coverage linebacker, which I think is the biggest need probably on the defense, in my opinion, right now. I actually think it might be bigger than cornerback. Like, I like Tate Crowder, but he's a rotational guy, in my opinion, not that coverage linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And I obviously love Blake Martinez. He's not a coverage linebacker either. But if we get a coverage linebacker that can handle those tight ends, I think we're going to be able to use Peppers way more and, on special stuff and all. I think he's going to be really good. We can blitz with him more and do all that type of stuff. Line him up still in the box and all. That's going to be great. And then we got McKinney, obviously, who's great. Logan Ryan, who I love. Those guys are all very dynamic and stuff. Versatile. We can put, especially Peppers and McKinney, you can put in the box and stuff. I really think, that's why one reason I do want a coverage linebacker like Chaz Surratt or something like that, because that allows us to use Peppers more. And I'm sure sometimes he'll be covering one of the running backs, the tight ends or something, but we can also stack him in the box and do other stuff like that because he's great. I love Peppers. I really like him.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he was one of the MVPs on the defense last year.
Yeah, and I feel like
he actually did a lot better in coverage last year.
Yeah, sometimes he got the credit, but actually, I feel like throughout the NFL, he never got the credit he deserved. Through the Giants community, they gave him it, but he never got any credit at all.
I don't see how Logan Ryan or him didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, well, the weird part was at one point, Ryan was leading in fan voting, and all of a sudden, he just didn't make it. And who was it that made the Seahawks free safety or something? That was stupid. I'm like, Ryan's better than him.
Joseph said this D can be a top 5.
Oh, definitely,
yes, it can. Most definitely,
that can be top 1.
It could be one of the best defenses in the league. Top 3.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that'll be great if that really turns out well. But then I'm worried. I kind of don't want it to be the best defense because then I feel like it's guaranteed that what's his name will be Patrick Graham will leave. So I almost don't want it to be top. Really a top defense to save that for the playoffs a little. But and then that's also an interesting idea. You could sometimes save some of this, for the playoffs. I really think we could definitely have a chance at making the playoffs this year. I really think.
Oh yeah, we got a heck of a chance to make the playoffs this year. Like I said, I think we're gonna run our division again. Yeah. I believe we're gonna beat because we went 4-2 in the division last year. I believe we could be 5-1 or 6-0 in the division.
Yeah, I would say 5-1 is realistic. I don't see us sweeping the Eagles, Cowboys, and Washington football team all. But
one of them was going to get us.
We'll probably lose once or twice in the division, I would think. But I really like. I think we can make it. And you know what's interesting? This division, I really don't think will be that good because the two teams that really are going to be competitive through the next 5 to 10 years are going to be Washington and us. And Washington still hasn't really figured out the quarterback set yet. So until they figure out their quarterback, in my opinion, I think we're in the lead on the race to become good kind of first and get that open spot that's coming open right now. The Eagles aren't going to be there for a while, especially the Eagles. Yeah, the Cowboys maybe, but I don't think they're going anywhere ever.
Yeah, I don't think they're going
Yeah,
anywhere
I
either.
don't think they got so much talent, but they keep on making horrible hires. And
No,
and then who
no.
knows what's gonna happen with the cap salary for them? They can't pay everybody. They're gonna lose Gallup probably. I'm guessing next year after this. I think that's next free agency. They're gonna lose. Continue. Their defense is already horrible. How are they gonna bring? They can't. They don't have money to bring in free agents for that. So. And they got to still pay Dak Prescott. So we got to wait for them to, like, they're so stupid. Like, why did you not pay him? And then the weird thing was, like, sounds like at the last moment they were going to pay Dak. Like, they were, like, literally figuring out the negotiation. And, like, they never got time to, like, finish the signing and all the whole process. So it's just so stupid because now you've already paid him. You didn't get him locked up. Now they kind of needs more money, and the franchise tag costs more money. So you can't like it's like franchise tag or you probably walks. Like it's just so. Oh my god, they're clueless sometimes. These other teams, clueless.
Joseph says you guys going to MetLife next season.
I hope.
I hope I can get to MetLife. I live in Louisiana, Joseph. So
I live around actually Philly area. So
in the Philly area.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's one of
a
my
lot of Eagles
goals.
fans.
That's one of my goals to get to MetLife and go to one of the games.
Have you been to a game yet?
In New York? No, I haven't been.
In New York.
Yeah, I haven't been to one. I haven't been to a Giants game in New York. I did go to one when they were here in Dallas, but I want to go to one in New York.
Yeah, I've been to 2 games, I believe. I've been to the Giants vs. Jets, not last year, the year before. I don't know if you remember that. And then I went to the Eagles versus Giants, the one where it went to overtime and Zach Ertz went off on us at the end of the game. I don't know if you remember that. That was insane, though. That was in Philly. But I actually ended up getting a few things from the players and all, which is really cool. So, yeah. I got a hat from Saquon Barkley, which like his hat, like not his helmet, like his hat he wears on the sideline. And I got gloves from let's think. I got a glove from I don't know if you remember Michael Thomas. He played on the Giants. He was a good special teamer here.
Special team
yeah, special team safety. I had some from and Golden Tate. Yeah, so.
And Golden Tate. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really cool.
Especially the big things out here, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I had them framed in my room right now, so it's like.
Hopefully
but that's they're
subscribers after this too.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, Saquon's awesome. It's great.
What do you know about Tyrell Williams from the Oakland Raiders? He was
I saw about that. He got released. I saw.
So say if we could get him for like $4 to $5 million, I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I feel like he'll go for more. I wonder how much he'll go for. Yeah,
Tyrell Williams. He's coming off a contract where he was getting $11 million a year.
That's a lot.
But he kept getting hurt, so that brings his value down a lot. I would say he would probably get around $3 to $4 million. And I wouldn't mind signing.
Yo, the whole team signed your helmet. That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's
I am like a big collector and like memorabilia. But I actually have a Saquon Barkley signed jersey and stuff. I have it all framed up. I have a bunch of Lawrence Taylor signed things, which is cool.
That's real cool.
Yeah, I have a few things. I guess I could show you somehow, but I don't know how I would show you. I have a webcam. I guess I could kind of point it if you wanted to see. But I like Lawrence Taylor. I have a few things of his. I also collect sports cards, so I like signatures from that.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, like if you've ever collected sports cards before, but there are like these like jersey cards thing, which is like a little piece of like a player's jersey, like game worn jersey. So I have, let me think. I have one of Daniel Jones. I have one of Lawrence Taylor, I believe. I'm trying to think of the other players I have. I think I have one of Sterling Shepard. One of them is, I think I have an autograph to him also. Yeah, I'm a big collector in that stuff though, so that's pretty cool.
Man,
so wait,
cool,
Joseph, I have a question for you if you're still in here. Where did you get that? Like at a game or at a like a training camp thing? Where did you get that? But
hey, Joseph, put that in the chat, man. And also put in the chat how I can make you a mod, bro.
I think you just click on his name and it'll just say create like not make a mod or something like that.
I have to go to the actual channel then. Let me see.
Yeah, you gotta go to the chat.
Yep, there it goes.
There you go. All right.
Hey Joe, I think I just made you a mod.
So wait, Joseph, did you where did you get that, at a game? That's interesting. That's awesome. You know what I would love to do?
Yeah, I think he just said he got it at a game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what I would love to go to? One of those Giants like training camps. I said. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I was right when I was at that Eagles game. We had tickets from my aunt, and they were they were right near that the away team's tunnel, and it was in Philadelphia, so the Giants were going through that. So that's how I was like right there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
awesome though, Joseph. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, I can
tickets.
imagine how expensive they are
Yeah,
being that
no, those
stuff.
tickets were not mine. Yeah, our aunt just like let us borrow them because they know, yeah, obviously like I'm a Giants fan, so I'm like, oh, why don't you yeah, go there, and that was like really cool. Actually, they were really nice. The Eagles fans there, they're like, they let me sit up in like the front, like the entire overtime. I was just sitting there waiting for them to, like waiting because they're like, we guarantee you, like we get like stuff all the time from these guys. Like they give away so much like memorabilia and stuff, like at the end of the game. So like we guarantee you, we'll get you some stuff. Because I was wearing my Giants jersey and stuff. They're like, there's no way you're walking out without anything. So yeah, but like yeah. So they were like screaming. It was so funny. Yeah, I have a video of like Saquon Barkley tossing it. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I would love to go to MetLife this year.
Yeah,
That would be
me
so
too,
fun.
man.
Yeah, I went to the Giants versus Jets one. That was the only time I've been to MetLife, but that was technically considered like a away game for us. So it wasn't like the full like Giants like home game experience. I've never really felt that like where there's like this stuff. I haven't got gloves or hat. That's really cool. Oh yeah, yeah, that was awesome.
The only thing I've gotten was I actually got some gloves from Saquon. And
Really?
that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool getting the memorabilia.
But
Yeah.
I will like to thank you and Joseph for riding this whole ride with me. I will be ending it at 8:15.
All right.
I like to
Yeah.
thank you, man. Both you guys are goats.
No problem.
This was my first stream. I believe it was a success. My first live stream.
Yeah.
You guys are always welcome to the channel. Hopefully we could get some other people in the channel. But hey, you got to start somewhere, man. I'm just starting this up. So I love Benny, man. I love your knowledge of the game. How old are you, Benny?
I'm not allowed to really say, but I'll just say in somewhere in my like young teens. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome being on here. I'm the same thing. I'm trying to get into streaming. Like I would be streaming so much right now, but I don't think I got the subscribers to do that yet. I'm still trying to wait till I get enough. But what thing I did do was I did my first one of those where I played like my video like kind of like live streamed. What's it called? Premiere. And that was cool. So and there was a few people that tuned into that. So maybe I'll start streaming also and trying to do this stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll have you on my channel sometime.
Man, you're welcome anytime. I'm gonna be doing these shows every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
What?
So I will be doing.
Cool.
I'll
be doing you have a Twitter, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, we can like message on that, or I'll follow you on that. What's your name again on Twitter? Is it just
it's at Big Pat Sports? Hold on, let me see if I could put it. Man, I have to put if you can write it down or just remember.
I got my phone right here, so I'll just follow you right now.
It's at Big Pat Sports.
Passport. There we go. And follow. There you go. All right. So I'll talk to you. You can just tell me anytime, and I'll see if I'm able to come on. So yeah, it's awesome, Dean. That was fun.
Man, thank you for tuning in, Benny, man. Glad talking to you, man. I can talk to you forever, man. You cool, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
But thank you for tuning in, bro.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Nice.
All right, man, fans. I'm gonna be wrapping it up here. Glad to chat it up with Benny, man, for the whole stream. This was Talk Your Talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, man, and I'm Big Pat. Shout out to Joseph. Got me a new mod on my first stream. So hey, we're making progress, man. Shout out to Joseph, man. The dude's a GOAT, man. He supports like crazy, man. Always welcome to the stream, bro. Always welcome to the stream. But until the next episode, man, I'm Big Pat. This is Talk Your Talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. Peace.